Hi, YouTubers. Something important. So, I'm in the garage again in my parents' house. I'll be doing what I usually be doing, smoking nice big ass cigars, the big ass cigar for life. Anyway, the house of keeping, smoking this Gran Habano cigar, nice big ass cigar, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. And yeah, so this is a nice big ass cigar. Anyway, now you might be saying to yourself, Smoky Essie, like what the hell are you doing at your parents' house on a Thursday? Like what the hell are you doing there? You know, you usually come over on a Friday, nice big ass Friday, like a big ass cigar, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. And the reason I'm on, coming home today as opposed to tomorrow is because of the snow tomorrow. So I'll get into that a little bit later. I'm just gonna fire this bad boy up. What's that? Sorry, the cigar's making me salivate. Sorry. I'm sorry if it's kind of gross. Anyway, okay, cigar's a little bit spitty. Sorry. Cigar's a little spitty. Anyway, so yeah, people might be saying, Smoking ass, be like, what the hell are you coming over to your parents' house on a Thursday for? And the reason is because of the snow tomorrow. So here in Massachusetts, be so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn, we are supposed to get I believe about 6 to 9 inches of snow tomorrow, probably somewhere around a foot. So a nice big ass foot like the big ass cigar, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. So yeah, we are supposed to get about 6 to 9 inches of snow, at least half a foot of snow tomorrow. And my parents just thought, because the roads were going to be so bad tomorrow, so shitty tomorrow, my parents were like, you know what, it's going to be really yucky and shitty tomorrow. Well, they didn't say shitty, obviously, but it's going to be, really nasty tomorrow. It's going to be, my counts are already canceled for tomorrow. My nice big ass counts for like the big ass cigar. He already canceled, It's like, yeah, it's going to be really yucky tomorrow, really nasty and crappy tomorrow. So I figured, just come home to my parents' house today, which is a Thursday, nice big ass Thursday, like a big ass cigar. Anyway, I'm being very silly ass like the big ass cigar right now. So yeah, I figure I'd come home today, spend the extra night in my parents' house, and then go back to my apartment on Sunday like usual. So that is the plan, the dealio. I do want to do a recap of my week, like I usually do. So a recap of my week. So I went back to my apartment on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday went back to my apartment and had a nice, time in my apartment. And then I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at Roche Brothers, the grocery store, doing the Carson Nice Big Ass Carson Big Ass Cigar. And yeah, so I worked, I believe, 17 hours this week. So yeah, 17 hours like usual, which my typical, typical ass schedule like I usually work. So. Um, Then today I had kind of a quiet morning. My counselor was supposed to come today, but he ended up canceling for today. He had some kind of appointment or something, so I'm not going to get too much into that. It's my confidentiality. So anyway, so that's the deal on that. And then my parents came over to my apartment and we did some shopping, nice big ass shopping like the big ass cigar. We went to the grocery store. We also went to the typical, typical ass liquor store in town and got some groceries. And got some more hard cider for myself. I love that hard cider so much. Yeah, so anyway, I do want to talk quite in detail about my new diet. Nice big ass diet, like the big ass cigar. So over the past, I believe, 2 weeks or so, I have really changed my diet a lot because I saw my nutritionist back, nice big ass nutritionist like the big ass cigar, back on, I believe it was the 16th of February. And she was very happy overall of how I'm doing. She's like, you're doing very well. You've lost weight. The fact that, I talked about this before. Oh, Orban, sorry. The fact that you were able to not only maintain your weight, but actually lose weight during the holiday season is actually very good, because a lot of people, the holiday season is a very easy time to gain weight. It's a very, fucking easy time to gain weight. And yeah, so the fact that you're actually losing weight during the holiday season is actually very good, very damn good, And, she's like, I think you're doing very well right now. There's no need for blood work. And I actually took it upon myself to do the initiative of actually really improving my diet. Now, before people get too judgmental, Orban went off, before people get like too judgmental and say like, oh, the doctor got in your head, she got in your head and like brainwashed you, or like, is trying to convince you to do this, before people get too much into that, I chose to do this out of my own accord. So this was a choice I chose to make. So she did not like brainwash me or like, try to push me towards this. She was actually happy with how I'm doing prior to me changing my diet, because prior to me changing my diet radically, I actually have lost, according to her in her office, 11 pounds. And and I plan to lose even more weight. So don't get the wrong impression, oh, she's probably like brainwashing you. She's just trying to put you on more pills, whatever, So, yeah. So I decided to really change my diet. And I've actually really been changing a lot of the things I eat. So, again, voluntarily. So it's entirely voluntarily. So, for example, a good example is, instead of having either chicken nuggets, like the gluten-free, obviously I'm gluten-free, so that's something I want to make very clear also, I'm gluten-free. I don't have, the typical, McDonald's cheeseburger, so, or the typical, burrito at Taco Bell. So yeah, instead of having gluten-free chicken nuggets with, like mayonnaise, for example, I've been having, for lunch recently, tuna fish. Now, tuna fish is actually nice, big-ass tuna fish, like the big-ass cigar, is actually a very healthy thing for people with fatty liver, because you wouldn't think it would be healthy because tuna fish is a fatty fish, but it actually is very healthy, because fatty fishes are actually very healthy for people with fatty liver. Salmon, trout, tuna fish are very healthy for people with fatty liver. So, yeah, I do admit that I add a little bit of mayo, but I obviously use light mayo, and I only add 2 spoonfuls. So that's roughly about maybe 50 or 60 calories. So that's not terrible. I mean, the tuna fish, probably 2 cans of tuna fish for lunch, probably has about 300 calories, plus the 60 calories for the mayo. So that's probably about probably a little under 400 calories total. So that's actually not bad for lunch. I also sometimes will add a little bit of hot sauce to the tuna fish, and to each of their own. And that's actually, obviously the hot sauce has really no calories. So the only thing I have to be careful about hot sauce is a little bit of sodium, so a little bit of salt. Now, in terms of dinner, I've been having brown rice, which brown rice has a lot of carbohydrates, but it's actually a lot healthier than white rice, because brown rice has more healthier carbohydrates as opposed to white rice, which is more refined carbohydrate, or whatever it's called. You get the freaking crap. It's like, yeah. So, yeah. So brown rice for dinner with a little bit, like a tablespoon of butter, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of hot sauce, or actually quite a bit of hot sauce. So yeah, I actually put quite a bit of hot sauce on my rice. So I really do like hot sauce. And I know one thing I had been lacking for a while is fruits and vegetables. I was eating fruits and vegetables for a while, like bananas, for example, and blueberries and raspberries. Unfortunately, I just had some bad experiences. Not going to really go much into this, but just some bad experiences like mold and whatever. So yeah, I decided instead of the blueberries and raspberries, I actually decided to switch to avocados for a fruit. Which avocados, I am a big fan of avocados. They're a little bit on the pricey side. They're a little bit expensive ass like the big ass cigar. I mean, a couple avocados can be $5 or $6, but avocados are also very good for fatty liver. So for fatty liver, they're actually very good. So avocados are supposed to be very soothing for fatty liver. So and also I found out that I like guacamole, and they sell guacamole at Roche Brothers, and there's a little like a dipping dish of guacamole that's like $4. So that's another thing I found out I really like. And I recently, actually just yesterday, found out a healthier alternative to chips, like corn chips. Because obviously corn chips are high in carbohydrates. It's corn, nice big ass corn, not porn. Obviously not porn, but corn. Frickin' corn, fucking corn. So, yeah, corn chips are, they're probably better than potato chips, but they're still not really that great for you. I actually found out rice crackers. Now, these little rice crackers, the brand is called Kame, K-A-M-E, Kame, which means turtle in Japanese. In the Japanese language, that means turtle. Nice big-ass turtle, like the big-ass cigar. And basically, these Kame, you can get them at any grocery store, any like Walmart, Kroger, any kind of grocery store. And they're basically these little like mini rice crackers, and they're actually pretty damn healthy. Pretty damn healthy. Like a whole box of them, like a whole container of them, is only like 400 calories, which really isn't that bad. For a whole, and that's eating the entire package. The entire fucking package is only like 400 calories. And if you eat only like a small serving, like only like one row of them, it's only like like under 100 calories. So for half the package, it's only like 200 calories or 150 calories, which is actually really good. So those are actually a lot healthier, and they also don't have, like, compared to the corn chips or like Doritos, for example, nice big ass Doritos, like the big ass cigar, they also don't have a lot of that fat. Like a lot of those chips, like tortilla chips, have a lot of fat and a lot of oils. A lot of them have like, kind of smoky in here. They have a lot of fat and a lot of oils. It's like, and a lot of added stuff, a lot of salt. These, these Kame, rice crackers don't have nearly as much salt and fat. And really, it's like, they actually dip better. They actually dip better than actually corn chips. Like, corn chips are fragile and they'll break, when you try to dip them. These, rice crackers are actually a lot more fucking easier to actually dip, And when I say dip, I'm not talking about, chewing tobacco. I'm talking about, dipping in like a dip sauce. So, not talking about, like, chewing tobacco. So, I actually get a few people ask me from time to time, do you chew tobacco, man? Are you a chewing tobacco user? Do you dip yourself? Do you do Skoal or Copenhagen? And I don't. So I think chewing tobacco is disgusting. To each is their own. It's like, anyway. So I actually found out that those Kame crackers are actually a hell of a lot better than, for example, the corn chips. So. Another thing I found out I like, it's vegetable, because I was really lacking vegetables. I had very little vegetables in my diet. When I go to like Wegmans, for example, I always try to have them put like olives, onions, tomatoes, lettuce, hot peppers on my, peckers, peppers, sorry, peppers, yeah, not peckers, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar, yeah, hot peppers on my, my sandwich, so, but obviously I don't really have a whole lot of vegetables in my diet. I mean, I love salads, believe me, I love salads. If there's like a salad bar, I love salads. I love salads with dressing, so, I mean, just because I'm a little bit overweight doesn't mean I'm just like somebody who's just sitting eating McDonald's all day long. It's like, I mean, I love salads. So, I love vegetables. I love fruit. So, I love mushrooms. I don't really like celery, but I mean, I like a lot of stuff. So, a lot of shit, as in bullshit is bullshit, So, yeah, I mean, so, yeah, I actually decided, I was like, yeah, I really should have more vegetables in my diet because, vegetables are actually more important than fruits because fruits are good for you. Avocados are good for you. They are very high in fat. And also, one thing about fruit that you have to be careful is sugar. Now, the sugar that's in fruit, nice big ass fruit like the big ass cigar, is natural sugar. It's not like the high fructose corn syrup and soda. It's a natural sugar, just like orange juice, for example, but it is high in sugar. Like bananas are high in fairly whatever, you get the freaking point. So, yeah, so I have to, wash the sugar because obviously the sugar is not good for the fatty liver. It's also not good for my triglycerides. It's also not good for me overall because sugar makes you gain weight like a son of a bitch, but yeah, really watching the sugar. So I thought, I really need more vegetables in my diet. And I'm not a big fan of like celery. I'm not a big fan of like baby carrots. I tried baby carrots and they're kind of bland. It's like even for a little bit of salt, like dipping them in hummus, it's really not very satisfying. So I thought to myself, what do I like for, vegetables? And I actually found out I really like hot peppers, not peckers, not dicks. It's like, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. But, hot peppers. And it just so happens that the grocery store, Roche Brothers, they happen to sell a lot of hot peppers. They sell jalapenos, they sell habaneros, they sell quite a few hot peppers, and they always have them in stock. So I was like, yeah, and they're really cheap. I mean, because unfortunately, when you're on a tight budget, vegetables and produce can be pretty expensive for a better word. I mean, for a better word, it can be kind of fucking expensive. And for somebody like me who who lives in subsidized housing, I don't have a whole lot of money to throw around. It's like, I don't really have like, obviously I'm not working like a 40-hour a week job, so I'm not working full time. So I don't really have like, a lot of money to throw around. So, I want something relatively cheap. I'm not being a cheap ass son of a bitch. It's like, but I really want something relatively inexpensive. And most of those vegetables like can be really expensive. Like I can afford to buy like 2 or 3 or 4 avocados a week, but not much more than that. I mean, yeah, when you're working part-time, you have to really be careful about money. So the hot peppers are actually pretty inexpensive. I mean, for a whole like little bag of these habaneros, which not everybody likes spicy food. I mean, I understand not everybody likes spicy food because there's a lot of people, especially I know quite a few people who, including my mother, who don't like spicy food. They hate it. They absolutely hate spicy food. There's a lot of like BS rumors that like, oh, spicy food gives you ulcers, or like, for example, it gives you like stomach problems, or you'll end up in the doctor's office if you eat too much spicy food. It's really all bullshit, I mean, bullshit can be bullshit, but it's like, yeah, generally it's not going to cause like that. It can exacerbate your condition if you already have ulcers or you already have stomach problems. It can kind of exacerbate your condition. But obviously I'm not a doctor, so obviously don't sue my ass like the big ass cigar. So, but I really find that I love the hot peppers, and obviously I love spicy food. I love super spicy food. Even though I do have stomach problems myself, it doesn't bother me personally. It doesn't bother my stomach. and I found out like a whole bag of these hot peppers is only like $2. It's like, for like, half a dozen or like a dozen habaneros, it's only like $2, like $3. I'm like, wow, that's really cheap. That's really cheap ass, like the big ass cigar. So I decided to kind of start buying the hot peppers, the jalapenos and the habaneros, and I'll just eat them plain. I actually, this morning when I was making my scrambled eggs in my apartment in Massachusetts, be so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn, I decided to put chop up the habanero and put in my eggs, I typically, when I make my scrambled eggs, I typically scramble 4 eggs. I whisk them with a fork in a little mixing cup, and I put in usually 2% milk, and I also put in some shredded cheese. I'm aware the cheese is not super healthy because it's processed, but also I put in a little bit of the hot peppers. And yeah, so those were actually pretty tasty. So, and when you put them in the eggs, it kind of mellows it out a little bit. So it's not as spicy, because the habaneros can be pretty damn spicy, pretty fucking spicy for a better word. So, yeah, I'll actually just eat a couple habaneros plain. I really like them, and you've seen the pepper videos by this point. I mean, you've probably seen them on my channel, me eating the hot peppers, and I do have more videos planned. Now, unfortunately, the store does not sell anything exotic. Like, obviously, you can't get Carolina Reaper or like ghost pepper. Obviously, you can't get like anything like that. You can get, I think, at the grocery store, Roche Brothers, I think you can get Serranos. I think it's pronounced Serranos. Serroona, something like that. Serranos. You can get definitely jalapenos and habaneros. I don't think they sell anything hotter than that. So they do not sell ghost peppers or like Carolina Reapers. You'd have to go to like a specialty store online. So, but in terms of like hot peppers, I love hot peppers. Another thing I've gone back into, which is pretty healthy, give or take pretty healthy, is oatmeal, gluten-free oatmeal. Obviously, I have to go for gluten-free oatmeal. Car going by. Gluten-free oatmeal because of the cross-contamination for the most part. But oatmeal is actually pretty damn healthy. It does have carbohydrates and it does have sugar. A lot of oatmeal has sugar, but it's actually a pretty healthy lunch. And then the final thing I've been getting into, which is really good, is, well, pretty good for the most part, is peanut butter. So I'm somebody who loves peanut butter. So a nice big ass peanut butter, like the big ass cigar. Yeah, I love peanut butter. So I usually eat Skippy or occasionally Jif. And I will have for like dinner, for example, a peanut butter sandwich. Or for example, for lunch, like a peanut butter, like a peanut butter, on like a slice of bread, like toast, for example. I don't have a toaster oven in my apartment. I really should have one. I'm a little bit iffy with using it just because it's a little bit dangerous. But yeah, so I actually really love, the peanut butter on bread. Peanut butter is like avocados in a way, or butter, sorry. It's like avocados in a way, where it has a lot of good things in it. Yeah, peanut butter has a lot of good fat. It also is high in calories. So peanut butter is a high calorie snack. It also has a decent amount of sugar. Like the most peanut butters have a lot of sugar, and also it has a lot of fat. So in moderation, it's healthy. It's actually pretty healthy, but watch your portion control because, yeah, watch your portion control, not wash your portion control. That didn't sound right. Yeah, watch your portion control because peanut butter can have a lot of fat, and you can gain weight very quickly with peanut butter. So it's actually healthy, but watch your portions, and ideally, if you're going to eat peanut butter, go for something like Teddy peanut butter. Like Teddy peanut butter has a picture of like a nice little bear on it, like a little bear, because that's natural peanut butter, old-fashioned peanut butter that doesn't have like the sugar. So yeah, most major brand peanut butters are high in sugar, so and also very high in fat. I mean, all peanut butter has fat, so but obviously the fat in peanut butter is a lot healthier than the fat in chicken nuggets. And the fat in avocados is a lot healthier than the fat in mac and cheese. I mean, mac and cheese is terrible for you. It will raise your sugar like a son of a bitch. But I mean, yeah, so it's very high in carbohydrates. Pasta is very high in carbohydrates. That's why if you're diabetic, they recommend you have virtually no pasta in your diet. Obviously, I'm not diabetic. So, yeah, that's about it. So this video is 25 minutes long. I'm not going to make this video much longer, but yeah. Those are some changes I've been making in my diet. So hopefully when I see my nutritionist back in May, I will have lost another 5 pounds or so. So anyway, pretty fucking cool, pretty damn nice, pretty damn decent, pretty damn cool. Bye.